Hey class, this is Mrs. Lin. Here's that revised video tutorial on annotating a PDF with Cami that I promised you. So yesterday when I did my first tutorial, I didn't realize that because I'm logged in as a teacher and as an owner of that PDF, that Cami was just going to auto-save all my changes for me. So some of you, when you went and accessed the files this morning, you noticed that my changes that I made last night had actually all been saved onto the PDF. No worries, I've gone ahead and made it a clean copy again. So if you were to go into that file again, right now, it should be a clean copy for you to work on. So this tutorial is going to hopefully show you what you're going to see as a student, right? As somebody who is not a owner of the PDFs. So again, I'm on this IZ's page, okay? And you can click on that link that will take you to all the lesson materials, okay? I already had it open in another tab, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to that tab to save us some time, okay? Now I'm logged in as a student right now. I'm the demo student. Okay, so instead of me being the owner of all these folders, I'm actually just accessing something that was shared with me. Okay, and I can see that right here. So I'm going to go into a folder and I'm not going to mess with the ones that you're working on this week. So I'm going to go to folder 55. That's the lesson 55. And I'm going to go ahead and click into it. Okay. And again, just like last night's tutorial, I can see when I get into the folder that there's two files. Okay, so I'm going to go into the review file again, which is a PDF. I'm actually just going to click on it. Okay, double click and open with. Now, this is the part where you would have to have a connected app called Annotate with Cami installed already before you can see that option. But in case you don't have that, you can go to the option where it says Connect More Apps, okay, and search for Cami. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click Cami. All right, so this check mark up here shows me that I have already connected to this app. Okay, but for you, you might have to install it, right? So let's take a look at another app. So let's say the second one, which is called Split and Merge by Cami. Okay, and it says connect. That means you haven't connected to that app yet. Okay, so let me for this tutorial pretend that this is the Cami annotation app. Okay, that you want, but I'm just going to show you really quickly what happens when you're trying to connect to an app. Okay, for the first time. Okay, so let's go ahead and click connect. Now remember, you're pretending that this is the PDF annotation one, right? All right, so now it's already connected, I think. So when I click on open with, I have annotate and then I have Cami split and merge. Okay. Now, for some of you, if you're connecting to new apps for the first time in your Google or GA School account, there might be screens that pop up showing, asking you if you give permission to connect to the app. You're just going to maybe walk through it with your parents and give those permissions as those screens pop up. Mine, permissions have already been given to Cami. So I didn't get those pop-up screens, but you might. Okay. So, okay, so we're at the stage now where you should have the extensions connected or the apps connected. So at this point, you're going to click open with and annotate with Cami. Okay. So Cami is going to open up and your document should also be opened up. Wait for it. All right. I see that it's a student account. And again, if it's your first time logging in, you might have some additional screens to walk through in order to get connected to the app. It is a completely free app, but just like the teacher version, because it's free, there are going to be features that are locked up for you, okay, that you won't be able to use. Okay, so I can see that I'm using the student version now. And again, you might have to set up your account before you even get to the screen. But now I have my PDF. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to make some edits. And right here is where you're going to get a pop-up screen saying, hey, the owner of this document has not granted you permission to edit this file. So to edit, you have to create your own copy below. Okay, so make sure you get this screen and then make sure you create your own copy. All right. So now, after my copy has been made, I can see in the file name that now I'm working in my own copy. Okay. So when you've created your copy, you should be able to see your name before the file name. Okay. And now if I'm going to add a text box, I should be able to without, oops, oops, sorry, without any issue. So now I'm going to write down demo student and then the date. Okay. And then I can go ahead and mark up this PDF. Okay, when you're done, now remember now that this is your own copy, Cami is going to auto save everything for you. So as you're working, your copy is going to be updated with your edits. Okay, but before you leave, you can always just to be safe, save those edits again. Okay, you can click save now or just right now autosave is enabled, so it's going to basically autosave on its own. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click save now. Okay, and it says basically, do you allow Cami to save changes to your Google Drive? I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Okay, and it's going to ask you to authorize saving your account. Okay. All right, so I'm going to close my little video here. You're going to select the account that you want to save to. Okay. Click allow. Okay. And then you are done. Okay, so now when you click save again, you can click save now. And then let's circle back to our Google Drive folder and see where that file ended up. Now remember, you can also just download the file, okay? Download it to your computer with all the annotations, just like the previous tutorial showed you, okay? And then send that via email to Ms. Izzy, okay? Also, but right now I want to go back to my own Google Drive. So this is my demo student Google Drive. And let's just see what happens when I click onto my drive. Okay, because remember I saved something onto the Google Drive, right? All right, and here's my folder right here. Okay, you can see right here that that's under quick access. That's the file that we had made changes to. But you should be able to actually also go into the Cami folder, okay, and access the file that way. Okay, so when I open that up, hopefully my changes have been saved. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay. So that might be the quickest way to do that because once you have your file in Google Drive, you can right click on the file and then just share, click share and really quickly share that link with Miss Izzy, or you can just enter Miss Izzy's address here, down here. If let's just use my email as an example, okay? So let's see, I enter my email. For you will be Miss Izzy. You can then change this to can comment or can view, maybe can comment because you want your teacher to be able to comment on your work, right? And then just go ahead and click send. Okay. So hopefully the second video will make more sense because I'm doing it from a student's point of view. But again, if you have any questions, and I will address it right away. I'll see you soon.